More than 44 million Americans tuned in to watch one episode of I Love Lucy, a television audience so large it even surpassed a U.S. presidential inauguration. Yet the greatest story wasn't the record it set, it was what happened to the people who made us laugh. 75 years later, their lives turned out to be far more extraordinary than the sitcom itself. Before streaming, before cable, and long before we could watch anything with the touch of a button, there was I Love Lucy. For many families, it wasn't simply another television show. It was the sound of laughter filling the living room after dinner. It was parents, grandparents, and children sharing the same sofa, laughing at the same jokes, never realizing those evenings would one day become some of life's most treasured memories. Back then, we knew Lucy, Ricky, Ethel, and Fred as the happiest people on television. What we didn't know were the remarkable stories waiting behind the cameras, the risks they took, the sacrifices they made, and the very different paths life had prepared for each of them. Few performers have ever made the world laugh the way Lucille Ball did, whether she was desperately trying to keep up with a runaway chocolate conveyor belt or stomping grapes in Italy. Lucy had a rare gift for turning complete disaster into unforgettable comedy. Those moments still make us laugh today, but behind them stood a woman whose determination changed television forever. When network executives questioned casting her real-life husband, Desi Arnaz, as Ricky Ricardo, Lucy refused to back down. If they couldn't work together, there would be no show. That decision led to the creation of Desilu Productions, a studio that not only produced I Love Lucy, but later helped bring classics like Star Trek to television. Success, however, came with a personal price. After 20 years together, Lucy and Desi's marriage ended in divorce, leaving millions of fans heartbroken. Yet despite everything, they never completely stopped caring for one another. Friends often said there was always deep respect between them, and Desi's final conversation before his passing was with Lucy herself. Today, Lucille Ball remains far more than a comedy legend. She reminds us that the strongest people often hide their greatest struggles behind the brightest smiles. Every time Ricky Ricardo called out Lucy, another unforgettable adventure was about to begin. His charm, music, and natural chemistry with Lucille Ball made him one of television's most beloved husbands. But the audience saw only part of his story. Behind the scenes, Desi was quietly rewriting television history. He insisted on filming before a live audience with multiple 35mm cameras, an approach many considered too expensive at the time. That decision transformed sitcom production and made high-quality reruns possible for generations that followed. While helping build one of television's greatest success stories, Desi struggled to protect the marriage at its heart. The pressures of fame, constant work, and personal challenges eventually became too much. Although their love story didn't last forever, the legacy they created together certainly did. Today, every classic sitcom still owes something to the risks Desi Arnaz was willing to take. Sometimes the people who change history aren't the loudest voices in the room. They are the ones working quietly behind the curtain. Before we continue, we'd love to hear your story. When you think of I Love Lucy, what comes back first? Is it Lucy's chocolate factory, Ricky's music, Vida Miata Vegaman, or another unforgettable moment? Share your favorite memory below. There's a good chance someone else remembers it exactly the same way. Watching Lucy and Ethel together, it was impossible not to believe they were best friends. Their timing was flawless. Their chemistry felt effortless. And whether they were stuffing chocolates into their mouths or getting themselves into another impossible situation, they made every adventure feel wonderfully real. Behind the cameras, however, life wasn't always as simple. Vivian Vance was more than 20 years younger than William Frawley, the actor who played her husband. She worried audiences wouldn't believe them as a married couple, while Frawley disliked being reminded of their age difference. Their relationship was often strained, yet the moment filming began, they created one of television's most believable friendships. That's the magic of great performers. They don't ask us to believe in them, they simply make it impossible not to. Vivian later reunited with Lucille Ball on The Lucy Show and remained one of the people Lucy trusted most throughout her career. Although illness shortened her later years, the warmth she brought to millions of homes has never faded. Fred Mertz never needed to raise his voice to steal a scene. One sarcastic remark, one perfectly timed glance, and suddenly everyone else became just a little bit funnier. What most viewers never realized was that William Frawley almost didn't get the role at all. Because of his reputation for heavy drinking, the studio hesitated to hire him and only agreed after he promised his personal life would never interfere with production. He kept that promise. For 6 unforgettable seasons, he became one of America's favorite television neighbors, later enjoying renewed success on My Three Sons. Even after his passing in 1966, Fred Mertz remains a reminder that people deserve the chance to be remembered for their best work, not simply their mistakes. Growing up in front of millions of television viewers is something very few children ever experience. As little Ricky, Keith Thibodeau became part of one of television's most beloved families. To audiences, he always seemed destined for a lifetime in Hollywood. Instead, once childhood fame ended, he quietly chose a completely different path. Music became his passion, eventually leading to a successful career as a professional drummer, before he devoted much of his life to Christian ministry and the performing arts. Unlike many child stars whose lives were marked by tragedy, Keith found something many people spend a lifetime searching for: peace. Perhaps that's the happiest ending anyone could hope for. The influence of I Love Lucy didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. As Desi Productions continued to grow under Lucille Ball's leadership, the studio became known for taking chances on ideas that other networks considered too risky. One of those ideas came from a television writer named Gene Roddenberry. His vision was unlike anything audiences had seen before. A starship exploring the galaxy, carrying a message of hope, curiosity, and a future where humanity could become something better. Many doubted the project would ever succeed. Desi believed otherwise. That decision gave the world Star Trek. Looking back today, it's remarkable to realize that the same studio which once filled our homes with Lucy's laughter also helped launch one of the most influential science fiction franchises in television history. The legacy of I Love Lucy didn't stop with comedy. It quietly shaped the future of television itself. Before television was filled with sitcoms and late-night talk shows, there was a remarkable generation of entertainers who knew how to make people smile during some of life's most difficult moments. Red Skelton was one of them. Like Lucille Ball, he believed that laughter was more than entertainment. It was comfort. It was hope. It was something families could share, no matter what was happening outside their front door. Although Red Skelton wasn't part of the I Love Lucy cast, he belonged to the same golden era of television that shaped childhoods across America. Together, performers like Red, Lucy, Desi, Vivian, and William created a kind of television that wasn't just watched, it was lived. Perhaps that's why so many of us still remember them with such affection. They weren't simply celebrities. They became familiar faces who visited our homes week after week, quietly becoming part of our own family memories. 75 years have passed since I Love Lucy first made America laugh. But somehow those familiar faces have never really disappeared. Some found extraordinary success. Some faced heartbreak. Some changed television forever without ever standing in front of the camera. Others discovered that the happiest chapters of life begin only after the spotlight fades. As children, we laughed at the jokes. As adults, we understand the people behind those smiles. We see the courage, the sacrifices, the friendships, and the dreams that made those unforgettable moments possible. Maybe that's why I Love Lucy still feels so special after all these years. Every episode is more than a trip back to a classic television show. It's a trip back to our own lives, to evenings spent with parents and grandparents, to the laughter that filled our homes, and to a time that now lives only in our memories. If this video brought back one of those memories, we'd truly love to hear it. Who introduced you to I Love Lucy, and which episode still makes you smile every time you watch it? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to read every one. And if you enjoy revisiting the actors, movies, and television shows that shaped a generation, we'd be honored to have you join us by subscribing. Until next time, thank you for watching. And thank you for helping keep these wonderful memories alive.